Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, and leadership. Being a leader, how important, how useful, and how beneficial it is. Almost every one of us want to become a leader. Being a leader, it means that you can get a kind of self-esteem which otherwise you will never be able to get. So for that reason, I think that leadership is something which is the most enviable item, the most enviable position. So being a leader, it matters a lot. It actually means that the other people are listening to you attentively, that the other people, they want to obey you, they want to follow you. So being a leader matters and matters a lot, my dear friends and fellows. And for that reason, today we have made it a topic of our today's discussion, that how to become a leader. And leader, when we talk about the leadership here in Pakistan and the similar countries, maybe many of the people will be thinking that we are talking about the political leadership, that we want to become a leader in the field of the politics. Okay, that is fine. And whatever we are going to talk about here in this discussion, definitely it will contribute a lot, at least certain clauses, certain items, certain points, certain principles. It will contribute a lot in making ourselves a leader in the field of the politics. But primarily we are discussing it, we are going to talk about the business leadership. We are going to talk about the business leadership. And in our opinion, the business leadership is far more important. It is far more common actually. We need to become a business leader. And as for the political leader is concerned, that is something optional. But as for the business is concerned, because the business is a lifeline, because the business can give us, our bread and butter. This is something which is compulsory upon each and everyone else. This is something which is compulsory upon each and everyone else, and it is not something optional at all. It is not something optional at all, my dear friends and fellows. It is something which is extremely important, and which should not be, my dear friends. Now let's look upon our agenda on today's talk. There are 5 items we have enlisted. Anybody and everybody who want to become a leader in the field of the politics, they must understand these 5 principles, and they should practice it. They should rather internalize all of these principles. My dear friends and fellows, let's try to understand each one of these 5 items. And I believe that anybody and everybody who is practicing these 5 items, they will be chosen. They will be chosen as a leader. They will be accepted, and they will be able to lead this business group in a competent manner. Let's talk about all those 5 points one by one. So, my dear friend, the first point is embrace strength based approach. Embrace strength based approach. What is this, by the way? It means, look, that all the people, including me, including you, including everyone else, all the team members, we do have certain strengths, we do have certain weaknesses as well. There are certain strengths and there are certain weaknesses of mine, of yours, and of other people. So, my dear friend, as for the weaknesses are concerned, we need to tell our own team member that these are our weaknesses, and we need to overcome. We need to control it. We need to get rid of it. We need to manage it. We do need to tell this thing to each and every member, and we need to exhort them. We need to motivate them. That is something what we need to do. But we don't need to talk about it outside at all. Never ever talk about any of the weaknesses of yours, of your team member, of your team, outside the team at all. But also outside the team, we need to tell the people, we need to tell everyone else that these are the strengths of my team. So if at all these are really very very important strengths, so if at all these are very very important virtues and qualities, if at all you want to do something, if at all you want to be benefited, I think think we are the right people for that. And also we need to tell it to our own team member that these are our strengths, and we need to consolidate, we need to further polish it. So dear friend, that is the quality number one, that is the principle number one, if at all we want to become a business leader. So this is the number one quality. Now we are moving toward the number two quality. And what is this number two quality, by the way? It is fostering client driven solutions. Foster client driven solutions. What is this, by the way, dear friend? Respecting the client's autonomy. We do have to respect the autonomy of the client. We do have to respect the decision making. We do have to respect the decision making, or whether to give us the business or not to give us the business. Obviously, this is the privilege, this is the prerogative of our client. So respecting the client's autonomy and involving them in the decision making process. First of all, we have to respect their autonomy. Number two, we do have to involve them in the decision making process. Dear friend, decision making process, if at all they are involved in that, a leader needs to support and uplift. A leader needs to a leader needs to support and uplift instead of forcing. We don't have to force anyone else at all. We don't have to push anyone else at all, because that is not the trait of a leader at all. Rather, what we need to do as a leader is that we do need to support and we do need to uplift our clients. Dear friend, long lasting change requires a sense of ownership. Long lasting change requires a sense of ownership by we ourselves, and much more importantly by our client. So dear friend, we do have to respect their autonomy, and we do have to include them in the decision making process. And also we don't need to force or push them at all. Rather, we need to support them, we need to uplift them. That was the principle number two. And now the principle number three is embrace a person centered approach. Embrace a person centered approach. For us, every individual is unique. Every it requires recognizing that each individual is unique. It requires recognizing that each individual is unique and has specific needs. When everybody is unique, then their every need is unique as well. They have the specific needs, they have the specific preferences, and they have their own specific goals, their own specific needs, their own specific preferences, their own specific goals. And keeping in view all that, we need to provide them with the relevant and with the suitable services which can deliver, my dear friend. So that was the principle number three, if at all we want to become a competent leader. And now we are going to talk about the principle number four. And these, the fourth and the fifth principle, these are extremely important in the sense that not only in the field of the business, rather in the field of the politics, in the field of the religion, in the field of the sport, whatever we are doing, I think the rest of the two qualities will be needed everywhere else. The rest of the two qualities will be needed, will be cherished everywhere else. Wherever we are exhibiting the two of these qualities, we will be chosen as a leader. We will be accepted as a unanimous leader. So the fourth principle is cultivating strong communication skills. Cultivating strong communication skills. I think this communication skill, it is something very important indeed. We cannot afford to look it. Maybe nothing is as useful, nothing is as beneficial, nothing is as important as this communication skill. Not only as an individual, rather when we are desirous of becoming a leader, I think something which is extremely important, that is the communication skill. skills. If at all we are better able to communicate, I think that we are better able to get the response as well. So if at all I'm talking to you at the moment, that is communication. If you speak to me in the return, that is communication. So I think communication mean that conveying whatever we have in our own mind in a better way to the minds of the other people. We need to shift it from our own minds to the minds of the other people. So my dear friends and fellows, that is something extremely important, that is cultivating strong communication skills. And the fifth of the last is lead by example. We need to lead by example. If at all we are saying something else, we are motivating and exhorting other people to do this thing and not to do that thing. And if at all our own actions are quite contrary to that, we don't respect whatever we do say from our own mouth, I think that will not be like leading by example. So that will be absolutely wrong. We will be taken as somebody who is ridiculous, and we don't need to become a ridiculous person. Rather, if at all we want to become a genuine leader, being a genuine leader extremely important, and being able to lead genuinely, I think and I believe that we need to lead by example. Leading by example are the leaders by example. They are the genuine leader. Everybody like to follow them. Everybody like to obey them, because what they are trying to motivate other people, they are seen doing it by themselves. First of all, here, not only that we have to lead in talking and communicating and other thing, rather we have to lead by example. We have to do ourselves first, whatever we are trying to motivate other people to do. Thank you very much. God bless you.